It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but
it's you know what? It's a Adam Sandler movie.
I believe you.
I actually really liked it in comparison to some of his other Netflix movies that came out.
Not better than the Murder Mystery, bro.
Murder Mystery was great.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
That was your first episode.
That was our first
First one we
episode.
released.
I'm a day one baby, by the way. Or I guess I should say a day one baddie.
Oh, that's right, guys. We have a visitor here today. This is David.
David McEuen. We have actor, comedian, writer, improviser. David McEuen, a very avid listener of our podcast. We have met him through improv ourselves, and
I've actually never met you. My name's Alex. Nice.
My name's David.
Just kidding. Yeah.
there you go.
We actually go way back. Way back.
A
Wow.
good 2 years now.
That's been a couple of years now. Yes. I introduced myself to David at least 4 times, though.
Maybe 3, I guess. How long ago was Delta?
Oh man, that was a lot. That was
Maybe-
2015, I
Yeah,
think.
maybe more than that, I think.
Either 2014, 2015. So we,
Yeah.
you've actually,
2016?
It's been a little bit. So,
yeah,
David, you wanted to bring up Adam Sandler, which we have no problem bringing up Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
We love Adam Sandler here. We do his movies all
Here's
the time.
the thing. He has fun in the bad movies that he does.
He does.
Yes.
But it also not discredits, but does him a disservice, those bad movies, because he's actually, in my opinion,
A really good actor.
a really good actor.
Case in point, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, not just that, Punch Drunk Love.
Also really good.
Oh, yeah,
And what was the one with Seth Rogen? The comedian or whatever? The one where
Funny
he's like,
People.
Funny People.
Funny People. I
That's
want
a
to
really
see
good
that.
Super
one.
underrated, bro. Like, if you really take it and look, and like, I think a lot of people went into that movie expecting it to be like super funny with Seth Rogen and Adam Sandler.
Bruh.
No, that's not what we're getting at here. So,
Yeah, Adams, you actually brought up.
I did. I brought
which
up
is
a
weird
point.
because I wanted to start the thing off just as a non sequitur talking about Adam Sandler, but you actually have a way
it
to
has to do with our
sequidize
movie.
him.
It does. But so we'll go ahead and say the name of the movie. It is
Very Bad Things.
You know, David, when you brought this up to us, and you
I had
said,
never heard of it.
Yeah, same here. So I thought you were saying just an odd sentence. You were like, "Hey, I want to be on the podcast. The movie that I want to do, I want to watch Very Bad Things with you."
Yeah.
And I thought that was so
It's a
vague.
very confusing sentence.
And I was like, "What
Who's
do you
on
mean,
first?
Very Bad Things."
Exactly.
Well, it's like it can't be that bad, but I want to watch Very Bad Things.
Very
yeah.
Bad Things.
No,
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a perfect movie for this type of a title of a podcast.
It's exactly. You know what? I really
Dude,
enjoyed
yeah.
this movie. Right off the top, did you?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I did watch it on an airplane though, and I did think to myself, probably not the most appropriate thing to be watching on an airplane.
No,
'cause
especially that one scene. We'll get into it.
Well, let's just do my favorite part and Christian's least favorite part.
The itty bitty nitty gritty committee.
That's right.
It's not my least favorite part. I just get pissed off when I don't win because I'm a winner, boy. I'm trying to win. I don't lose.
I'll
why you
take a
guys-
fall for you.
I was just gonna let him keep going, David, just see how far you could go. All right, Christian. All
I'm gonna
right.
take a sip of my 4 Roses here.
Ooh, plug.
We got a classy boy over here.
We watched a movie called Very Bad Things. It's rated R and was released in 1998. It has a runtime of 1 hour, 40 minutes, or for Melissa, that's 100 minutes.
Why do
Did
you
she
put a
fall
dr-
asleep?
No, he does this thing where he doesn't think Melissa.
No, that's not it. I just want to let her know how much it is, the equivalent is, in just minutes.
I hate when you do this.
Why? I'm not being a dick. All I'm doing is just, I want her to have that option so that she understands.
You want her to have that option.
Yeah, for Melissa. I'm doing this for Melissa.
Okay. Well,
I
you
do
are
not
saying-
understand what you guys are talking about.
Break it down for him.
I'm gonna take a sip of my Kirkland brand water right now.
Are you plugging every single
Yeah,
thing
these
that we
people aren't
give you?
paying us, David. You don't have to do that.
Only the things that go in my mouth.
Oh.
Those almonds are Kirkland brand too. If you want to plug those.
Was there a spoon in the almonds?
There is a spoon in the almonds.
Yeah.
I didn't put the spoon there, but
My
I
Is
mom
he
appreciate
supposed
it.
to eat the almonds with the spoon?
I'm not doing that.
My
Do
mom
it.
provided it like a serving spoon, and it looks like a bowl of cereal now.
Nice. Catapult that bitch in there. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Okay, Very Bad Things has a 6.4 out of 10 rating on IMDb, a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it went down.
I'm sorry, that was my fault. And a 31% on Metacritic. Gentlemen, would you like to guess the percentage of Google users who like this film?
86.
Correct.
Oh, really?
No, that's
Oh,
not.
okay.
I was like, you didn't even let me guess, you dick,
I, know,
dude.
I just want to make you feel bad because you made this whole winner speech earlier.
Fuck,
All right,
dude.
Christian, what's your guess?
76.
Is it 83?
No, actually, Christian hit it on the head. It is 76.
Hey! see.
Did you look this up?
No, not at all.
You're a cheater.
I did, and I forgot it.
What, dude? You forgot it?
No, I looked it up 2 days ago.
That's not that long ago. That's a number that you could retain.
Yeah.
Shall I blow through the synopsis real quick?
You should blow through the synopsis.
This was directed. I just want to say this was directed by Peter Berg, and did not realize I knew how much. Like I've seen this guy and like seen so much of his stuff until I like looked into it. You know what I mean? Also, I heard he was making out with Cameron Diaz at the premiere of this film. That is just rumor, so don't quote me on that.
Oh, could I say something after you're done with the synopsis?
No, you can say it now.
Okay. I have here with me. Hold on one second.
Oh, he's pulling out a gun.
I have
Please don't shoot
2
us.
notebooks.
Oh, okay. Are they full of notes for just this movie?
That's what I asked.
I got these notes. No, okay. To go a little bit into the method of my madness, I used to work at Rasputin Records and music and movies and all sorts of media back in the day. And I developed an addiction to buying DVDs. And we had as employees, we had a $30 spending limit on used items and a $60 total limit. So there would be weeks where I would buy like 8 DVDs at a time. And in order to make sure that I was watching all these movies that I bought, I started making little journal
to keep track of the ones you've seen.
Synopsises, the ratings I give it, so kind of the itty bitty nitty gritty titty committee back in the day.
Threw in a titty there.
I like titties.
Well, there's 2 titties in this movie, so
that's right.
There's multiple. There's a few women in this film.
I want you to say your synopsis, and then I'm gonna say my synopsis after yours.
See how they line up?
Yeah.
I like this. You want to turn that volume down there?
Yeah.
Right there. I'm muting it now.
Couldn't have done it when we started recording.
Man, you are being rude. Continue, please.
Thank you. Kyle Fisher heads to Las Vegas for a bachelor party with 4 friends. When one of them accidentally kills a hired stripper and the security guard finds the body, unstable Boyd kills the guard to keep him from calling the cops. Then organizes the group to dispose of the corpses. Back home, Kyle is troubled and has difficulty hiding his worries from his fiancée. Meanwhile, to ensure his own safety, Boyd begins killing the others.
Mine is much shorter.
I would hope so. Let's go ahead.
So this was entered into the journal on July 22nd, 2010. I wrote, after a bachelor party goes wrong, 5 friends are sworn to secrecy about 2 dead bodies buried in the desert.
Right off the bat, I would just like to say that I like
his voice
David's
more, huh?
synopsis
You're such a fucking
voice.
cock. I hate you, dude.
Wow, you're upset, dude?
Yeah, dude, because I do the show with you all the time and you never complain. And now that we have somebody here, now you're complaining.
I've complained multiple times about your synopsis voice.
I've never heard it.
Hey, dude.
This had a budget of $30 million. Do you want to guess how much it made at the box office, Christian?
Yeah, I'm going to say $46 million.
David?
21 million?
$21 million.
Oh, you knew that.
I was very sad when I heard about that. I'm like, it cost $30 million to make. They didn't get their money back.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, they didn't. But you know what, though? All of these actors, except for Christian Slater and Cameron Diaz, were, like, I think, in the very beginnings of their career.
Yes. Jon Favreau was not happy yet.
He was so skinny.
He was
so skinny.
Unrecognizable, dude. And I knew that he was always somewhat fit because I've seen him in other movies and he was pretty big, but here it was crazy.
For me, it's the exact opposite. I've only known him as skinny, and it wasn't until I started watching the Marvel movies recently that I was like, he's in this.
Behind the scenes.
Holy, you are fat now, sort of a thing.
You should watch his chef show on Netflix. It would make sense why he's so fat.
He also does a cameo appearance on The Sopranos, and I've seen that series like 4 or 5 times.
And you
now.
can't find him?
What? I can't.
You're just like, which one is he?
No, he's thin in that series, but he's only in like 1 or 2 episodes.
He's thin in a couple other, in the dilemma, not the dilemma, the breakup. He's skinnier.
Thinner, but in comparison to this movie.
But what's the Swingers, dude?
Oh yeah, no, and they actually bring that up in The Sopranos too.
Yeah, wait, because they say he looks like the guy from Swingers or something.
Well, he plays himself, and they're like, "I love you in Swingers." Or
I thought he was playing a character at that point.
I would have loved it either way.
Like one of the gangsters is trying to get into the movie business, and he's like hustling around
Jon
town and
Favreau.
stuff like that.
Oh man!
Wow,
He really scares Jon Favreau.
Why don't we jump into this movie? This movie is
the episode D Club, I believe. No.
Oh, do you know what season it was?
D Girl. That's what it is. Season 1 or 2.
Now, David's really good with this thing. Knowing you for a few years now, you've always been the type of person to tell me facts, like very nitty-gritty facts. Like, hey, listen to this Frank Zappa thing. Because minute 237 of his second album
That's
is
when
this
it goes
song.
to the second beat. Or something.
Yeah, you'll tell me shit like that. I'll be like, well, I don't think I would have gotten that fact from anyone else on this planet, but thank you, because it is still at the same time interesting.
I want to say it's episode 4 of season 2.
Wow.
Kind of like a savant with this shit.
A little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Savantish.
So I didn't read the synopsis prior to.
Had no idea what I was getting into. Thought I was watching a Hangover film, and am I watching the most graphic Hangover film ever?
Yes.
It's the Hangover without the blackout.
Okay, I'm gonna whip out my other notebook.
Your wiener?
Wilson.
Oh.
You just call your wiener a
Whenever
notebook?
I hear whip out, I just get scared. I just think of.
So, I watched this a couple days ago to refresh my memory, even though I am a savant, as you said.
And have it memorized.
Yeah, I have the whole movie memorized. But I was taking notes on just the film in general, and one of the notes, I can't find it, was how it reminded me of The Hangover. But if y'all remember when they go to Vegas, for the first and only time, how
They go back to Vegas in the third one, don't they?
I haven't seen the
the
third
third
one.
Very Bad Things.
Yeah. No, the third Hangover.
I was like, I want to see the second one. But for Very Bad Things, when they go to Vegas, if it was shot nowadays, how do you think it would be shot? What kind of song do you think would be used?
Oh, the Hangover shit.
It'd be like, one more time.
Oh,
Meow,
yeah.
meow, meow, meow.
That first.
Like quick edits, but in this film, slow-mo. Like something real
Oh,
cool
that's
and
true.
jazzy. You don't hear any of the background sound.
No,
it's all
not at
just
all.
like, we're all hanging, the booze is flowing, the coke is flowing up my nose.
So I
The
think
drugs, the drug use kind of threw me off. I didn't expect that right off the bat
No.
because they go hard right as soon as they get to that hotel room.
they skip
Yeah.
weed, they go straight to coke, dude.
More jumps through a table.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was. Can
here
I
they go.
say
They bring in the prosty.
the way this that montage was shot of them partying it up in Vegas when they first get there was so anxiety inducing.
Right?
The
I was
angles
having
were.
palpitations this whole movie.
I was stressed out because it almost immediately flipped from a comedy to something grittier.
And because it opens with Jon Favreau and Cameron Diaz getting their wedding license, right? And
Yes.
they're like not happy. That's supposed to be like a big moment, and like they are so stressed out over this wedding.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz is the kind of woman that makes me not want to go through like a wedding shit, dude.
It looked like a
she makes
very
it so
toxic
horrible.
relationship because
Yes.
they
Vince Vaughn could have done that role.
easily.
Honestly, I get them confused. Favreau and Vaughn.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
kept
not
on
hard.
having to go, who's in Psycho? The bad version.
John Favreau. No, Vince Vaughn.
There you go.
So you got
But
confused right there.
didn't Jon Favreau direct it, though?
I think it was something like
Because
that, right?
the whole thing is, I kept on thinking about Lion King on how it's a shot-for-shot remake, and then I was looking into it, and I was like, oh, he did the shot-for-shot remake of Psycho, too.
Oh my gosh! Hey Jeremy, can you look if Jon Favreau directed the new Psycho? With
Was
Vince
your
Vaughn?
laptop off? What were you doing over there?
He was sleeping.
Directed what? Psycho?
Jeremy's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the, like, 1999 version or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's my savant.
Jeremy's here, by the way, guys.
Yeah, Jeremy Dorado.
You'll meet him on another episode.
Yeah, he's in the booth. Hey, thanks for manning the fact checking. Otis has been slipping up in that department.
Well, he was here, but we told him to leave. It was just too
He was
many
giving me
people
the
there.
eyes. I didn't like it.
He
yeah.
wanted
Wait,
to,
what
he
kind
wanted
of
to
eyes?
kiss you, David.
He,
Those were
he
the
was
eyes.
not blinking.
Oh, he was not blinking.
It's
He
the
was
same
just
eye-
looking at me and like
Licking his
mouth
lips?
was slightly open.
It's the same look he gives us right before he starts kissing us, Christian.
That look.
You
I
know
mean,
the look well.
I know the look well. I
Heavy
mean, we've known him
breathing.
for so long. Yeah.
Okay, so the movie with Jon Favreau.
Which what?
That Jeremy's about to tell us
Oh,
some fun
Psycho?
facts about.
It was Richard Franklin.
Richard
Oh.
Franklin.
Close.
Wow.
That sounds nothing like Jon Favreau.
You know what Jon Favreau did direct?
Yes.
Elf. What I want to talk about in this movie, though,
That's right. He did the shot for shot.
remake of Elf. I saw. Okay, real quick sidebar. I saw
make
the
of
Elf
Elf.
musical out in Fairfield at the community
They
theater.
have an Elf musical?
Oh my God, was it garbage, dude? But you know what? It made me want to watch the movie Elf.
Really?
It was so bad. I was just like, everyone is.
Did you
like,
want to watch the movie Elf because you're like, this is so
This
garbage?
is so bad. They're trying so hard.
I need to cover it up with the original Elf.
You know, I gotta admit, the only time I saw part of Elf was in my Spanish class in high school.
That's the only
Do you
time
not like Christmas movies? Or?
I love Christmas movies. My favorite is actually I don't know.
But what do you do when watching
Well,
Elf in
the
a
opposite of
Spanish
Elf.
class? That has
exactly.
No, that makes sense because sometimes Spanish teachers want to show you a movie that you're familiar with.
I think it was
with
in Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Oh, okay.
Spanish. So
That
that way
makes
you
sense.
can
Like we
learn
watched
the word.
Spanish Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Revenge. Or
Did you guys
whatever it
watch
was.
El Rojo Globo?
What's that?
El Rojo Globo?
No.
Oh, it's that-
wait, was that the soap opera?
Yeah, with the girl and the
Yeah.
balloon. The girl with the red balloon.
Think so.
Oh, is that what? What's that last word in Spanish? You said,
Globo.
and that means
Globo.
balloon.
Yeah.
And rojo means
The
red.
So
That's rosé.
they get a bunch of drugs in their system and a bunch of alcohol in their system, and they're in
Except
Vegas.
Jon Favreau.
He's
he's
drinking quite a bit.
He's drinking, but
I bet you he's
But he
smoking
didn't
pot
do
too,
any
bro.
coke.
Bro, like, did you see how much stuff was out there? Everybody was doing everything.
but here's the thing. So
No, he definitely did coke because remember when Cameron Diaz calls him out later and she's like, "Did you do some
Did you
cocaine
do
last
some
night?"
of the
And he was like,
Gotta go.
No, yeah.
Well-
now that also could have been shock from what happened, but you know.
fair enough. I can't quite remember if he did coke or not.
They all
Which,
did.
out of context, that sentence sounds weird. But
That's gonna be the promo.
But if you notice during that whole chaos scene before the death happens, they're like luring the prostitute over to like make out with Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, can't do it. I'm a good guy.
I'm a good guy.
That's-
Like
well, I
he's a
don't-
very
I guess-
very loyal.
I
clean
guess
cut.
I saw it as the stripper being a stripper and not actually kissing him, like getting really close but not doing it. I guess I wasn't looking at Jon Favreau during the stripper scene, guys. Sorry, I guess I'm the idiot here.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the stripper with her titties out. That's what I was
You're
looking
telling
at.
me you weren't looking at
And
his
all the guys
facial
seeing if
emotions?
they got boners or something. No, bro, I was looking at those pointy hard nipples.
They were pointy hard
Those
tits
look
overall.
fake, dude. Those look so sharp, like you could cut glass with
Well,
them.
she's a porn star, so
I don't know
A
who she is.
legit
no,
porn star?
yeah.
Who is she?
You looked her up?
Uh,
Not that I'm gonna look her up.
What's
This
her
is
name
just-
exactly?
Kobe Tai.
Write that
Jeremy?
down. THAI.
Look up Kobe Ty.
Jeremy's like, I'm already have it open.
I think at one point it was KOBE, but then it was COBY, and then
I've had enough. I don't care anymore.
TY and THAI.
So they're all having a good time with the stripper dancing. Have you guys ever had a stripper come? Have you guys ever been to a
Nah.
bachelor party?
I've been to a bachelor party. Yeah.
Was there a stripper?
There were 2 strippers.
Nice.
All right, and if we're gonna break it down, they both had the hardest tits that I'd ever
Oh,
seen.
boo. That's
Very
why you don't like
unattractive.
fake boobs.
I wasn't down. Gravity was not
man.
pulling on them
Well,
jugs.
that sucks because you saw some fake jugs. But I saw a stripper at a bachelor party and she was foxy lady.
She was a foxy lady.
Yeah, we played this game called Catch the Bunny, and you would put whipped cream on her butt, and she would crawl, and you'd have to crawl and catch the bunny and eat the whipped cream.
Did you catch the bunny?
Oh, I caught that bunny,
Did
baby
you get
girl.
any
know what's
chocolate?
up. Oh, she
Yeah.
had chocolate all over the place, bro. I remember. So I was the one who hired her, right? Because it was my brother's bachelor party, so I'm the one who hired her. She comes up, and the first thing she does, she walks up to me. She's like, "Okay, cool." I hand her the money, whatever. We go upstairs. I hand her the money, and she's like, "I need a place to change." So we're talking, and I'm like, "Anything else that you need?" And she goes, "Yeah, I need a bucket of hot water and a rag." And I was like, "For the show?"
Is she gonna clean?
She was like, "Yeah, for the show." And I was like, "Okay, no problem." And I like went downstairs. I was like, "Guys, we need a bucket of water and a rag." And all of us were like, "Okay, a bucket." And so we're tearing apart this Airbnb looking for a bucket.
A bucket? She specifically needed a bucket.
Well, she just needed something, so instead we just got like the biggest bowl we could find, and we're like,
I was
"Does
gonna say
this
like a
work?"
salad bowl or something like that.
And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine." She like didn't give a shit about what it was, you know what I mean? Like,
as long as it could hold water.
but we're all like, "That's good, get naked for it." Like,
Oh my gosh, that's how you sound when a stripper comes?
that's how I sound when I see boobs, dude. Ask any of my ex girlfriends, they'll tell you I like. The
Your
first time I see their
IQ drops
boobs,
to like negative
all the
0.
blood rushes to my feet. So Jeremy Piven has that same problem though, and he starts getting into it with this
And you
prostitute.
said that Adam Sandler was supposed to be Jeremy Piven.
That's my secret fact, guys. Yeah, Adam Sandler was
crazy.
actually originally offered this role and dropped out to do Waterboy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Which was, I think, a bigger success than
Was this before or after Billy Madison?
Definitely after, because that was in the 80s. But I
That's-
think it was
no.
before Happy Madison
No.
Productions.
No.
Billy Madison was not
It
in
was
the 80s.
90s, but like
91?
I want to say like 2 or 3. Jeremy?
He's
He's not listening.
He's keeping track of what's going on in Iran for us.
He's looking at all the Kobe cat. Kobe.
He's like, I'm still looking for Kobe Ty, guys.
Yeah.
Don't spell it right.
Kobe Bryant keeps popping up.
Yeah, exactly.
Kobe Bryant was going to be an Uncut Gems, but I'm so glad Kevin Garnett was instead.
I'm glad because never mind. I'm just bring up old
Old drama? What you gonna tell? He was acquitted.
He was.
And they retired both his numbers. Baby boy.
Were you afraid of bringing up this old drama, thinking Kobe Bryant is gonna listen to this episode and be like, "What the fuck?"
Actually,
No.
Is this David McEuen
our corrections department has a funny run-in with Kobe Bryant, and we'll let her tell that story when she's on the episode.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there, said the cat to the square. This is about very bad things.
Yeah. So what do you got on that notebook
That's a
there?
gibberish sentence.
It sounded pretty legit to me.
Oh, I actually have an interesting fact that slightly dates this movie. Even
phone
though there's
booths?
phone booths, yes, but
The flamingo in Vegas.
specifically, one of the children that is Daniel Stern's kid is wearing a Marilyn Manson shirt when you first see him.
Okay, the one without the crutches,
Really?
right?
And this was a year before Columbine. And so if this was made a year later, there's no way that shirt would have made it into the film, in my opinion.
Oh my
Because all the
gosh.
Columbine kids like listening to Manson, huh?
Or he got a lot of the brunt of like, music is bad.
This is all that satanic panic, guys. See,
And
it's
Marilyn
not
Manson's
bad.
like, no,
Marilyn
No.
Manson's like, I just like David Bowie and wearing makeup,
I'm
guys,
just
and
a
sucking my
normal
own dick.
dude.
I like combining two names to make one name.
Yeah.
You guys think he really had his ribs removed so he could blow himself?
That was the first fact I heard.
I feel like that would
about
cost
Marilyn
a lot
Manson.
of money.
I think it's not a real thing, dude. Like, how would that
I
even
feel
make
like
sense?
you don't need to do that.
You just need to do a lot of yoga.
You just
Or-
gotta stretch.
You just gotta
a lot.
starve yourself.
Or have a bigger dick.
Oh, yeah, if you got a big schlong.
If you did all 3 or 4 of those things,
If you have a big schlong,
easy.
you remove your ribs and you get really skinny,
Yeah.
You gotta go to the hospital.
Because I got a big I got a big
you have a
problem.
lot of problems.
Yeah. Should probably see some psychiatric help.
Let me tell you, my biggest issue with life is my big schlong. I
No,
can't
that's
ever
not
look
your
down.
biggest problem.
It keeps poking me
Please
in
stop.
the chin.
It's, oh, my God.
I'm like, slow down, buddy.
Oh, okay, I'm looking at my notes here. So on the drive to Vegas, I know we're going back in time a bit.
No, that's okay.
There's a lot of locker room talk in the car driving and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Just boys being boys and
The brothers were
talking.
fighting. Jeremy Piven and his big brother were having like the most classic bickering brother fight.
Do you think that scene was scripted or improvised?
I think it was improvised.
Yeah, why do you think so?
It felt so natural to me. The escalation of the entire thing felt very organic, and they were just all yelling. There was one part where Jon Favreau's he's on the phone and he's trying to talk over.
Car phone didn't date it either, though. Good point, David.
Yeah, super dated.
There's one cell phone in the movie.
That's it.
That
yeah,
they pass around like it's like
Boyd was
gold.
like, "Borrow my cell phone."
I'm a real estate agent.
oh,
I
my
love Christian
God.
Slater.
What a douche in this film, though.
Okay,
You
okay.
know what part I think makes it improvised or tipped it off to me to be like, this might be loosely scripted, but
When
it's
Jon
not
Favreau
fully
laughs?
No.
Oh.
When Daniel Stern says, why don't you say what you're thinking? That I'm being a Jew. And then you see Christian Slater break, and it's like,
my
you're
gosh.
a Jew! You
Yeah.
drive like a Jew!
That is really funny.
And I was like sitting there thinking like, is there a stereotype about Jews driving bad that I'm not aware of? I'm pretty adept about my stereotypes.
stereotypes. It's not in my
Specifically Jew.
book. It's not in this book anywhere.
I'm just gonna flip through these.
I have a third
pages.
notebook here full of Jew stereotypes.
Nope, not in there.
What I'm tripping about is that
Whitefish?
Whitefish.
Comedy? I don't see any of it here.
about 5 minutes ago, you told us your synopsis after he said
Yes.
his synopsis, and the date was 2010.
That's when it was
What
entered
the
into my
fuck,
book.
dude. We're in 2020.
Yeah, I bought this movie a long time ago.
I think he's more surprised that you kept your notes around that long.
Oh, yeah. I just
Everything,
thought, like,
dude.
Everything about it is weird.
Everything about you just like blows my mind.
I will show you more of these notes afterwards if you want.
Whenever you talk about notes, it sounds like a secret code word for penis. Let me whip out my notes. Let me show you these notes.
I also drew little illustrations in the margin for each movie too.
Like little stick figures? So they kill the prostitute and they decide that the best thing that they have to do is to get rid of the body, right? Because nobody knows the prostitute's there. So Christian Slater's like, we'll just fucking chop her up, which is a great
Yes.
idea, but they have to remember to knock all her teeth out too.
What a crazy scene when Christian Slater was like, "I know how to take care of these."
Oh, he's
things."
definitely killed somebody before. He 100% has killed somebody before.
Yeah, dude.
That guy is a serial killer.
You know what? This movie constantly reminds me of improv because there's a lot of shelving unusual things and a slow escalation to Crazy Town. Like, it doesn't start off at Crazy Town. It starts at a 1 or 2.
Oh,
you know?
I
and
did-
then
you
it
don't
ends
expect
with Bridezilla smashing.
Well, spoilers. But
Sorry.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, no, it does start in a very grounded place, and it definitely does not let you on about what's going to happen until shit starts going down. And then shit goes down fast, and then it kind of like plateaus again, and then it goes down even faster.
Whenever you think it can't get any worse than this, another person
they're
dies.
all very bad things.
Yes.
So they kill the prostitute, and they finally decide, like, hey, we'll just do it. We're just going to do it. And then they get interrupted by a security guard who they almost get away with it. Right?
He was chill. They slipped him like a
cool.
few
Yeah.
bucks.
He was fine.
Honestly, that guy gets paid zilch. So when he gets that handful, I would
That's what
do
he's
the
there
same
for.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, do your thing.
And so he
Like,
finds...
I ain't got no problem with that. Just slap some of that.
If you guys are just partying and doing the shit to the... Yeah, what did you just say?
Slaps me a slice of that cheddar off into my hand. There you go. Yeah.
You've never taken a bribe, have you?
Or maybe he
Yes, I
has, because that
have.
was pretty smooth, dude.
I didn't see nothing. What are you talking about?
That makes more sense. He gets stabbed
I don't
in
know
the
why I
heart.
turned into Rick James.
Hey, I'm Rick James, bitch.
How's your Rick
He
James
gets stabbed in the chest 3 times with a
Charlie Murphy.
corkscrew.
Yeah. Okay, how long do you think it would take to bleed out if you got stabbed in the heart?
With the corkscrew, he would totally survive. That
Yeah.
big of a man, like, the fat alone would close the wound.
I was thinking, like, but then again, Steve Irwin.
Oh, with the
But that was a barb. That wasn't.
Yeah.
That's different.
I was like, how deep did it go?
Well, he stabbed him multiple times with the corkscrew,
Yeah.
right? Which was the thing. And
I thought
was
it was
still
going to go
screaming
for
in
the
there.
throat.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I
'Cause
thought
that
he was going to
would've killed
scratch and slash it. I've thought, I've worked in multiple bars and restaurants, and as a bartender, I've always has a wine key on me. And because I'm a crazy paranoid schizophrenic freak, I think, like, what if someone came in here and tried to attack us? And I'd always be like, the only weapon I have back here is a wine bottle opener. And I always think to go for the eyes.
Whenever I do this
Either
thing,
scraping with the eyes or jabbing into the eyes.
something similar is that I have this. My subconscious always reverts to what around me can I pick up if there was a zombie apocalypse right now.
that's
Any
very
room
rational.
that I'm in.
Not the 4 roses. It has to stay still.
No, that's to stay still. I'm gonna be drinking that if I know.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Pounding at the door. I'm gonna
I would definitely grab the giant spaceship, though.
oh, I don't know.
I'd
You're
try
gonna
and
have
I
to
would
get
try
through
and-
Alejandro for that.
If there's a zombie apocalypse, my first thing is I need a gun now.
Well, there's no gun in the room.
Yeah, do you know
Not
my
in this
family?
room. Well,
I would grab Screaming Christian over there and shove it in their face just to confuse them.
For you,
Screaming Christian is a pillow that we have here of Christian's
yeah,
face.
it's not literally me screaming.
We'll put a picture of it on our Instagram for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
that's
see
funny
it, you'll
enough.
see it.
Yeah, you schmucks will like that.
When I saw this fucking movie, or when that moment happened,
When
and
he
they-
got stabbed?
even before that, right when the prostitute died,
All the
I
blood?
had to pause the film and I
Yeah.
had to really think to
Oh,
myself,
dude.
what the fuck would I
Yeah,
do?
I
Yeah.
turned I didn't think that, but I had to turn my iPad off for a second just to be like, damn, because I did not expect that.
No.
I didn't know that this is how the movie was going to
Okay. I wanna ask y'all, of the 5 friends, who do you think you are?
go. I actually have us all broken
Nice.
down. I actually have all of us, including Jeremy, broken down.
Good
Yeah.
question.
Okay, so I'm Christian Slater because I'm fucking awesome.
I knew that you would be Christian Slater. I was like, that's Alejandro.
I wish I was Jon Favreau, but Christian's actually Jon Favreau.
I'd probably be the person getting married. Yeah.
Homeboy, the mechanic with the glasses.
Oh, more?
More.
Yeah.
David is more.
I'm more.
And then Jeremy is older brother who gets slammed into the van.
No.
Daniel Stern?
Daniel Stern.
He's not Daniel Stern. He's nothing like
if we all-
Daniel
He
Stern.
can't be Jeremy Piven,
If we
though.
murdered somebody, Jeremy wouldn't. No, Jeremy can't be Jeremy Piven. Oh,
What?
another fun fact: the rabbi was played by Jeremy Piven's dad. The
There's a
rabbi at the funeral. The
Oh,
rabbi at the
yeah,
funeral.
during the thing. Okay.
Is Jeremy Piven's papa.
Whoa, that's crazy. Hey, Dad, you want to be in this movie where I run the fuck over my brother?
Jeremy Piven looked like dog shit compared to how he looks in Entourage, right? His hairline was receding, his chest was really like
I
gross
was
and
trying
flabby.
to think of how I knew the name.
Jeremy Piven? Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I've heard a lot.
Jeremy Piven is in everything, but
I
he's
did
really
some
funny.
Wikipediaing of him, and all I really came across was like he was accused of groping someone a while back.
Who
Oh,
isn't,
shit.
dude? Cuba
He got-
Gooding's getting fucked up right now because of that.
Because
Yeah.
he groped
Because
someone?
Jeremy
Yeah.
Piven groped someone, Cuba Gooding.
Can you imagine that meeting?
Cuba, we gotta talk to you about something.
What did I do?
No. Relax.
What
It's nothing
did
you
I-
did.
oh,
It's
okay.
relax, Cuba. Nothing to do with you. But here's the thing. So Jeremy Piven grabbed a couple titties, and you gotta go down for it.
That's Jeremy Piven.
Yeah. But he said you'd be cool. You take the rap, you owe him one or something like that. So
I didn't do
you
anything.
grabbed a couple titties. You're going down, bro. It's cool.
I got a question for you.
No time for questions. We gotta get going. Put these bracelets on.
How come after the O.J. Simpson show, I still didn't get any work?
Because you touched boobies.
Oh, you're right.
Anyways,
I
very bad
think.
things. Tell us your group breakdown.
I have the spirit of Christian Slater, but I, to try to figure out, okay, how can we get out of this without going to the authorities or without like explaining and like explain the situation of like we didn't mean to stab her in the back of the head.
Honestly, you could probably I think I could talk my way out of that with a cop and be like, look.
But would you go to the extent of killing other people?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I could do that.
I think I would
Once you get the first one out of your way.
Yeah, the first one's always the hardest.
The first cut is the deepest.
But I feel like I would probably end up similar to what you said. I would probably be more just being like, I don't know.
You wouldn't know what to do. My brain would be frazzled.
I wouldn't be Jon Favreau though. I'd be more calm than Jon Favreau.
Yeah, he had like a weird subtle snap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His was like a really weird like.
It's a slow burn.
I don't know if this is bad, but more kind of reminded me of you. His facial structure kind of reminded me of your facial structure, David. Is that bad?
Nah.
It took me a long time to figure out
not.
where I recognized more.
He kind of looks like Lyle Lovett to me.
Who's that?
He's Lyle Lovett.
Oh, thank you.
Fuck us.
Thank
We're
you,
not
dude.
knowing. Okay, we'll look it up later.
All
Then.
He's
right,
an
that's the
actor.
end of the episode.
You know who he looked like?
I think he was in The Player.
You know who I finally recognized him? You know who he is?
Who?
He's Liam Neeson's friend in Taken, the one that he always sees in like halfway through the movie. Was like, I need a gun and a phone, and this dude's like, here you go. That's him.
So random.
Yeah, more.
Oh, Leyland Orser?
Yeah. I don't know how to say
Orser.
So they killed the two dudes. They decide to chop up all the bodies and bury them in the desert because it's Vegas, and
they
you know
gotta
what?
be in the correct body order because
That was hella funny when they're about to bury
was
the
hilarious.
bodies, and then homeboy's like, "Guys, we can't do this." Like suddenly he's got to do the Jewish right thing. He's already murdered two people.
sacrilegious.
Yeah, it's like,
In Jewish culture.
and you know what? It's all his fault too. Like that, everything starts going to shit.
Oh yeah, he
Yes.
was not keeping his cool.
No,
what's his
not at
name?
all.
Daniel Stern was a
Stern.
5 out of 5 on Manic.
He was.
What's he from? What do I know him from?
He is the voice of Kevin Arnold's adult self in Wonder Years. He is also
in Home Alone.
Marv
That's
from Home
what
Alone.
it is.
Yep.
That's what it is.
That's
Marv.
how dated this movie is because he looked fairly young in here. This was 20 years ago, but he's the guy from Home Alone.
I feel like I saw him in space too. Did he ever go to space in a movie?
I think I could imagine any actor going to
I think I could
space.
see him in space. I would like to see these guys go to space. This crew of people and like have to deal with this. Like they accidentally kill one of the crew members.
Look, all we need to do is blow up the
Throw it out
alien
the spin-
ship.
Throw it out the window.
Why did you kill the space prostitute?
Because if they got the slime on us, they're gonna get us.
One of my favorite Christian Slater tropes in this movie was how apparently he's going through like anger management or something, where he's like trying to do better and like do. I don't know. I just thought that seems like something similar. Like
That's why he's trying to be a success mentor for all of them.
that's what it is.
Oh, actually, so I'm gonna bring out the old,
Note the book on.
the orange
Why do you
notebook.
keep putting the notebook on
Yeah,
the
keep 'em on
floor?
your lap,
Because I
bro.
thought I was
Keep
done
bringing
with
it
it.
up. Are you sure? Leave them all on the table.
So I
Leave
wrote
it all on the table.
I wrote some quotes from when I originally wrote this entry in
Quotes without context,
July
Christian.
22nd,
oh my
2010.
gosh, you know
Yeah.
this.
So
You noticed.
back in the day, I wrote as like the 3 or 4 top quotes. Let me be the success coach. That's number 1.
That's a really good Christian Slater voice.
Good, yeah.
That's a really good Christian
I
Slater.
do my best. Love does not lose. We got stick him in the crapper and get your ass upstairs.
Okay. So when Cameron Diaz, okay, we'll get there. We'll get
Are
there.
we playing a game right now? Are you having us guess who
No,
says
he was
this?
just saying the
oh,
top
you're just
three.
saying
I'm
this.
just saying the
Okay.
top 3.
Those were in my
I was ready.
note. I'm gonna put it back on the ground now.
They all kind of decide not to talk about it, and then they go back and have to like pretend like everything's normal, right? And then
Yes.
that scene when they're getting fitted for the tuxedos, I thought was really funny because they're all clearly like
Oh yeah.
Stress the fuck
fucked
out.
up from the stress and from the drugs
Yeah.
and all of the stuff. Like,
They're 2 homeboys down, and this was just like a day or 2 before the actual wedding, right? Or a day or 2.
not even. This is right. This is still all of them. This is right after Vegas when they're getting
Yeah.
fitted.
No. This is what
It's right. I think it's like a day or 2 before because they have the rehearsal
They have
dinner.
the rehearsal dinner and
when
stuff
they all
like that.
died.
Then they
I remember
die.
People were dying.
So
It was
the
like a day or
rehearsal
2.
dinner. So they have the rehearsal
Then
dinner.
they have a
and
funeral like the day after. Or
so
something.
quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This movie does make some like jumps to it that are a little nauseating in that sense. But
No.
you know what, dude? after the murder, you're kind of just throw your hands up in the air and you're like, I guess I'm in it for the ride. Like,
Don't bother calling Uncle Saul, who lives in Wisconsin. It's going to take 2 weeks to get to the funeral. We got to put Daniel Stern in the ground now.
I did not know where that was going.
I thought you were
first started.
saying a line from the movie
I was
until you said
lost at first, and then I got it though.
He's going to have to get a postcard in the mail saying that his nephew is
Hey, your
dead.
nephew's
that
dead,
shit
by
was
the way.
quick.
And then so he dies, and then so the wife is stricken with grief.
Which one?
Okay, wait, time out.
Adam's wife.
Lois.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adam's kids also fucking suck.
Yeah, they do.
And his wife's kind of a bitch. Why did she bring up wizards? And the kids go crazy for wizards in the
She's
car.
not
That
a
made
good
me
mom.
really upset.
She's not a good mom.
Interesting fact number 3.
Wizards aren't a real candy?
Maybe, I don't know. Gas in 1998 cost $1.43.
Oh, also, did you notice what UFC fight they were watching at the bachelor party?
Nah.
That was UFC 10, baby boy.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it is a ongoing inside joke in Hollywood
That Jon Favreau is...
that Jon Favreau is continuously getting good work. No. Burn no bridges. Jon Favreau, my name is David McEuen. You can email at davidcmceuen@gmail.com.
Well, luckily, that is...
You're not going to get any work if you don't open your mouth when you speak.
No, I think it's an ongoing joke in Hollywood if there's a gas station scene, to always have the price in the background so that in the future you'd be like, man,
how
in
cheap it was."
2005, it was $2.05 or something like that.
Wow, just to keep track. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see somewhere online. I don't remember what it was now, but you can actually figure out what the exact date was of the bachelor party because they're watching UFC 10. You can know exactly what day the bachelor party was.
It's kind of like how if you listen to Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega, you can figure out what day and what year it was.
Or like Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. You can figure out which day was a good day.
Or what day it was the day the music died.
What day was that? I think that was a June. I think that was a soft June
When did
morning.
Buddy Holly die?
Oh, that's right. It was the day Buddy Holly died. Oh,
Wow, you guys just went back and forth on these. I will label them as David McEuen facts, where you kind of got to dive.
I think I could keep up with his facts.
I think you could. I mean, I know surface level facts. Like I could impress a muggle, but beyond that, I'm out.
Hey, here's an interesting fact.
Yeah, him.
Not so much about the movie, but about Cameron Diaz. So, 3 Cameron Diaz films came out in '98.
Can I try and guess what they are?
Yes.
Head over water. Head above water.
Oh, keep going.
Um,
You get 3 guesses.
Oh, okay. Head above water. Very Bad Things, and Charlie's Angels.
That's 1 out of 3.
Yeah, Very Bad Things.
Very bad things.
Christian, you have 2 choices. We know what the first one is, so you only get... Okay, you get 3, but only...
This is bullshit. No, he gets 3 guesses, but one of them has to be Very Bad Things.
Okay.
The Mask.
No,
I don't fucking know. The Mask came out in the 90s.
that was her first movie.
That was 94.
Was that her first?
That was her first movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that interesting fact about David McEuen. First film I saw Cameron Diaz didn't know it was Cameron Diaz until I saw another
Charlie's
movie
Angels?
that's on the list.
Oh,
Oh my! You're not gonna reveal it because
Not
I'm still
until you
playing,
guess, yeah.
dude. I don't know Cameron Diaz films.
you never
I'm
met
just
him?
You've
gonna.
seen so many.
All right, Night and Day with Tom Cruise, 2010.
You're a real cuck. I hate when you fuck up games like that and do
Hey,
real
fuck
shit.
you,
Yeah.
dude. Don't call me a cuck.
The, the 2010 movie came out in 1998.
Yeah, dude.
They started planning it in 1998. It came out 2010.
It was originally called Day and Night, and they just fought back and forth for
It took a
years.
decade for them to change the name.
Do you concede?
I do concede.
We
Okay.
concede to you, sir.
The first movie that came out, I believe it was in May of 98,
Damn, you know the month too.
was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
She's in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
She has like a 1 or 2 scene where she is with the reporting crew and she's talking to Dr. Gonzo and be like, what do you ride? What kind of motorcycle? And he's like, oh, I like the big ones and the big fuckers.
Fucking
and-
Benice, bro.
And then he pulls his knife out on the guy who's supposed to take pictures for the Rolling Stone magazine article. Anyway, that's the first movie.
I did not know that. I would not have gone that.
The second movie, and I think this was her breakout hit, There's Something About Mary.
I almost guessed that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
that's
Very Bad
right.
Things. So all 3 of these came out in the same year, but I think the production times must have been very close together because I don't know if she would have taken Very Bad Things if There's Something About Mary was so huge at the time, you know, because not to say that Very Bad Things is a bad movie, but it has a much lower score than Something About Mary.
Oh yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
like I said earlier, I think she's romantically involved with Peter Berg.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I have no reason not to.
I think that might be why she would have taken this film. I mean, probably in a number of other reasons.
I think scheduling could have worked out because if you think about this film, Very Bad Things, Cameron Diaz doesn't really pop up in a lot of the scenes. Like she definitely didn't have to go to Vegas.
She could have done everything in a day.
Yeah.
All the wedding shit was in one day. All the fitting scenes were
Like
in
I
one
said,
day.
she only had one scene in Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's possible for her to have shot all three of these things with a kind of an easy schedule.
yeah, and then she explodes, and we have to clean up the mess.
Oh yeah, she does explode. To get back to the movie, she
No,
does.
I was gonna say as a celebrity she
Oh,
exploded.
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
what you were
oh,
talking
and
like,
about.
then
who
she got
explodes?
Charlie's Angels and stuff like that.
That's
and
right,
that dance
that's
is her dance.
Oh,
Her booty
in ter-
dance.
She like
That's
came
from
up,
her childhood or whatever. She would do that in the mirror. I can't remember exactly.
That was her thing. They were
To go back to a former episode of yours.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I like that dance.
I do too.
I think everyone liked that dance when it first dropped. I was like, wow, a girl in her undies.
Not even that. It's just cute.
It's cute. No, and
Was
she
she
was
wearing-
come on, sexy, dude. Because when she was wearing underwear. And
But
She's wearing like little boy underwear.
yeah, I was
No,
gonna say, wasn't she wearing
dude.
underoos or something
Yeah,
like
she's
that?
wearing like little boy Spider-Man underwear.
yeah,
you
but you
freak.
see the butt in that underwear,
Yeah, but you're like,
dude?
look at, you're thinking about little boy butts, huh?
I'm not thinking-
You're
you're-
thinking about little boy butts, huh?
See,
You're
now-
thinking about little boy butts.
That's what I'm saying. You're a cuck, dude.
Oh, I'm not thinking about little boy
When
butts.
I try
though.
to say
I'm
something
not thinking
serious
about
from
little
the
boy
heart,
butts.
God, dude, we have a guest here, and every single time we have a guest, we
You're
always get into an
embarrassing
argument.
me talking
You're
about boy
embarrassing
butts.
me.
You're the one who
embarrassing
brought
me.
up boy butts again. You
Jeremy-
know my past.
Fact check.
Fact check.
Fact check.
Is he wearing little boy butt underwear?
She's wearing boy butt underwear.
No, she's not.
In what movie?
From
Charlie's Angels.
She's totally wearing boy butt underwear. Thank you.
Trailer.
Thank you.
There's a lot of suspension of disbelief in this movie.
Thank you, Jeremy. Or not Jeremy, but thank you, David. Thank you, David. Yes, correct.
So not only because it's having a security guard
and, like,
maybe
dying
the
from a
hooker I
hook.
could get.
No, I don't
behind.
think that.
Well, I mean,
That would hurt like hell.
what?
Getting hit in the head with a coat hanger like that.
Oh no, I mean like burying a dead prostitute in the desert, maybe. But that dude who had kids and stuff like that.
That was hilarious that was in the paper the next day.
Well, okay, so I wrote here. It's actually a quote from Pulp Fiction. You're talking about drug shit on a fucking cell phone. Like, that came into my mind when I was watching the scene where Daniel Stern's just like, we killed 2 people in Vegas and they're gonna, and it's like on a cell phone or some shit. I can't remember.
And they were saying like, oh, they can track this shit.
Yeah, it's like, man, if anyone's listening right now,
Yeah, dude. Daniel Stern was
Adam Daniel Stern.
Adam / Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
No, Daniel Stern was fucking it up for everyone.
And he deserved to get hit by Jeremy
he just couldn't
Piven.
keep his cool.
Yeah.
His paranoia was through the roof.
The problem with Jeremy Piven running him over is that Jeremy Piven then also cracks.
Yes.
Well, he was
At that point.
cracking before he got that.
He was cracking on the way to
lap
Vegas.
dance. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He
Yeah.
was snapping
He was
over.
cracking back when he was like a telemarketer in the
That's right, in the
cubicle
scene when they were talking.
He's
yeah.
like, my brother hates.
He's like rubbing those 2 balls on his face. You know what I'm talking about?
What ball? What? Or what
Rewatch
movie
that
were
scene.
you
Rewatch the
watching?
scene. He's rubbing balls on his face, literally like a golf ball.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are like, oh, a golf ball.
All right.
So when they decide when Christian Slater decides that he has to kill Adam's wife too, that was a crazy scene because she fights like a fucking what did he say?
Comanche.
A Comanche, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Lois
Fights like a
fights
Comanche.
like a Comanche.
So what he tries to do, he sneaks into her bedroom at night. Boyd does. Boyd tries to suffocate her with the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
She smacks him with the wired
answering
telephone,
machine or
the answering
something,
machine. He falls, and the first thing she does is bites his crotch.
Dick hard.
Yes, and the sound effects.
You messed
that
with the wrong woman.
And yeah, the sound effects that they use for that is just
Very crunchy.
Oh my-
He has a very crunchy penis.
he had like a bag of Doritos in his pants.
I was
Christian
gonna say
Slater.
ruffles are stashed away in
Christian
there.
Slater, aka Crunchy
Actually,
Ruffle Dick.
He stuffs his pants with the bag of ruffles. Saved his dick when it gets bitten.
That's
He
what
was
you
screaming so
gotta
loud
do.
because he was like, "My ruffles!
No.
I was gonna eat that later.
Oh, my extra crunchy Cheetos!"
Ruffles has ridges.
Ridges help you hold the sauce.
Is that what Regis are for? I don't want to get lost in
And Chip Top,
yeah, in chip talk.
it
but
can't be that chips.
that was a bad pun. Dude. If you're gonna do that,
So was this? Is this part? I'm not a religious man, but is this part of any religious text? Kill one man, you're a murderer. Kill all, and you are God. Because that was one of my favorite quotes that I didn't write down in the original.
Jon
entry.
Favreau says that, right?
I think it's Jeremy
No,
Piven.
I think
Jeremy
Christian
Piven?
Slate.
We
No,
just
no.
don't know
It's
this movie.
Christian Slate.
Daniel
bro.
Stern.
No, it's for sure Christian Slate.
For sure,
I
Cameron
want to say
Diaz.
it's when Jeremy Piven's like starting to go crazy after he kills his brother. Spoiler.
Well, we've already talked about it.
Yeah, and this movie also came out 2 decades ago.
Yeah. I know some of you.
It's the other movie we're doing today that we have to put a spoiler alert on.
Yeah. But I love that quote.
It's a really good quote.
Do you want to kill everybody, David?
I think we are overpopulated as a planet. I think that
We need a new plague.
I thought Thanos had the right idea because it just knocked us back to 1973.
Dr. Manhattan. Not Dr. Manhattan.
What?
Ozymandias. Mendias.
Mendias,
I don't know.
Destroyer of Worlds,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer,
Who's that last one you said?
Oppenheimer.
He's the guy who invented the nuclear bomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they all had the similar ideas.
He said,
He
"I am
regretted it
death,
though. I'm death, bringer of destruction.
bringer of joy." Whatever, man. Back-to-back World War champs, baby.
Oh, okay. So this movie is actually, in my opinion, fairly well directed.
I think so too. I think Peter Berg is an underrated director. I think he's also a funny actor, and I think his short run on Ballers was really good. But I think,
Ballers?
You know what I think? Yeah, the show with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
He was the coach of the Miami Dolphins.
All right.
What were you going to say?
I
Director?
think
Peter
that-
Berg.
Big Bird.
Peter Berg.
I thought you said Big Bird. This is directed by Big Bird.
Yeah, Big Bird. Big Bird, Peter Berg.
I love Big Bird. Big Bird.
Big Bird.
This is turning into nonsense.
Oh my God!
I'm just gonna yes and
This is
whatever
a
noise
movie
you make.
podcast.
Big Bird.
So here's the thing. Okay, so after the murders and they buried the bodies, the first time, they stop at a rest stop or something, and you know what game Christian Slater's playing as an arcade game?
Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And then later on, when Lois is trying to get the secret out of the remaining friends on what happened in Vegas, did you happen to notice what's behind her?
No, what?
The little knife rack that's like aimed above her head. I think that was an allusion to The Shining, personally, when Dick Halloran is talking to Danny Torrance in the kitchen.
Oh my
Very
gosh!
deep,
Really?
David. Very deep.
How many times have
Rewatch
you seen this film?
Which one?
Very Bad
bad
Things.
things. Which one? I've seen them all 10 times.
Yeah.
Very Bad Things. I've probably only seen like 5 or 10 times.
5 or 10 times.
Get out of here, dude. You
Yeah, get the fuck out.
you throwing the
Okay.
word "only" in there.
Here's the thing.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Here's the thing. When I first saw it, I saw it on TV on Comedy Central, and I came in the last 20 minutes. So after like the majority of the deaths happened, like it's right. I think it was either during the Lois fight or shortly after when it's like, she fights like Comanche.
God, I love Christian Slater,
I
bro.
love Christian Slater. Underrated actor.
When he gets beat the fuck up by Cameron Diaz, that's
I
a
got
crazy
the
scene.
rings.
Because Cameron Diaz snaps and starts slamming Christian Slater's face in with a coat rack. And then she's like, "Stick him in the crapper," which was the line that you
Stick
said.
him in the crap and get your ass upstairs.
And then they go up to do the wedding, and like it's nothing, like a bunch of true psychopaths go through with a wedding.
They go through it,
I thought
especially
was-
her
I thought
smiles
what was
and
really
all.
funny, real quick. Sorry, not to interrupt.
It's okay.
When the grandma is, they don't like. There's no words. It's just a short little like.
I think I
cut
know what
to
you're gonna say.
When the grandma is like upset that the chairs aren't padded.
Yes. I watched that on Monday night, and I'm like, I really like that.
I
And then we
love
were
that
watching it
bit.
earlier, and
Yeah.
it's like, I still really
That's
like
so
that.
funny because in the beginning of the film, Cameron Diaz was making a big deal about the
That the
chairs
seats-
not being
And
packed.
John
Yeah.
Favreau's like only thinking about this dead
Great
prostitute.
direction. And
Dude,
great script.
Yeah,
That
way to
was
bring
great.
it back. Way to bring it back.
I really like Jon Favreau's responses to Cameron Diaz, all of her questions regarding the
I don't
wedding.
want to get canceled. I'm not going to cancel the wedding.
Why
We're
not cancel?
not
Why not
having this
postpone it?
discussion.
Why was that not even like? Can we postpone it? Like they don't have to cancel. It's not.
My
it's
best
just because it's
friend
not
just
refundable.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was best
We
friends.
now have to take care of his
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, they were the Godfather, and that was also dropped early on. Like, you're the Godfather of my
yeah.
children.
Yeah.
If anything
That's
happens
why
to
it's-
me,
That's
Good
why he brought
writing.
it up, probably because they just changed their will. This is a great.
It's a smart film. I really do think it was a smart dark comedy. The way that it was laid out and everything. A big fast switch from going from comedy into something way darker.
yeah.
Usually
this
dark.
is not The Hangover.
No,
No.
not at all.
They made a movie very similar to this with Scarlett Johansson and Zoe Kravitz, like not too long ago. Like-
Ghost in the Shell.
No, oh, that's what it is. Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
No, it's the one. It's like girls' night out or girls' party night or something. And it's essentially the same thing. Girls for a bachelor party, they killed a male stripper and some debauchery.
I think every single time it's still a very interesting concept because it
theirs
poses
is
the
in New
question:
Orleans.
What would you do? And I don't
Christian,
know.
what would you do? Just let's finish with one
Oh
good
yeah,
question.
who are
for all
you,
of us.
Christian?
In this, I'm Jon Favreau. I think
For sure, 100%.
I agree.
If you were in that situation, what would you do? If we had a bachelor party?
Shit, dude. Shit. Well, I don't think I could carry the weight. I think I would have to do something about it.
You would definitely go to the cops, bro. You
So
couldn't even hold
you're
it.
Jeremy Piven then.
I would be.
Alex is gonna have
freaking
to
out,
shoot you
dude.
in the head.
Yeah, kill me, because I'm not. There's
Kill
no
me.
point going on living life knowing that something like that had happened. I
You
would.
couldn't live with yourself if you murdered somebody?
I think the most logical
couldn't.
thing to
I
do.
could.
If let's say if Alejandro was the one fucking the stripper and had banged her up against the coat thing, right? Or anyone for that matter. It doesn't
Thank
have
you.
to be
Thank you.
Hey man, we were both thinking Alejandro would like this movie. There were tits. So it makes
Honestly,
sense
when I was rewatching, I was like, okay, reasons Alex might like this movie. Cameron Diaz,
Jon Favreau.
and tits.
yeah,
And
that's
Cam-
pretty accurate.
Actually, here's the reason why I like this movie, assholes. It's Jeremy Piv, Jon Favreau, and the tits.
Okay.
And the tits. The tits are third in priority of liking this film.
It's always
But anyway,
because there's two of them.
They're on the list.
Yeah.
what I would do is after the prostitute was killed, I think that would be the best time to go to the authorities because if it was an
While
accidental,
she's still warm.
it was
Yeah.
like accidental. If you could explain the situation,
But how do you explain the illegal prostitution, the cocaine, and
I mean,
Maybe not the cocaine, but prostitution is legal.
not like that though.
Not like
you
that,
have to go to a
though,
brothel.
right.
She
You
has
gotta
to be
go to a
tested
brothel
every
beforehand.
month, and she
You gotta
has
make
to
sure
be
it's
a license. She has
not
to have a
a harem
license.
situation.
Yeah, this isn't fucking the '60s, bro.
but what would the sentence be for? Let's say if it was just illegal
It'd be
prostitution.
manslaughter. It would be manslaughter. It'd be involuntary manslaughter because you
Yeah.
accidentally killed her, but you'd still go to prison for life.
Yeah, for life.
For sure. You took somebody's life. Either
person
or
that killed the
And honestly,
prostitute.
it's Nevada, dude. At that time, they may still have had the death penalty.
What would it be for the other four individuals that were in the room outside of the murder?
Christian Slater would probably get it the worst for aiding and abetting and mutilating the bodies. He's for sure getting double life
I
sentences.
think Daniel Stern and Jon Favreau would have been fine. Maybe
Yeah,
some
they-
drug stuff.
They can for sure get away. And they're white, dude. They get away with it. They're fine.
And then Moore would be
Moore would keep his mouth shut in the beginning. They're
but
like, he doesn't talk. And
property
then
damage and drug
Property
stuff.
damage.
What, $50 for that table? Butt fuck out of here, bro.
And aiding and abetting.
Yeah, definitely. Aiding and abetting, they all have at least 4 or 5 accounts.
Yeah.
At least 2 for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot, but
We're not lawyers, guys, so if we said any of these words incorrectly,
Hey,
don't
lawyers,
bother contacting us.
Contact It Can't Be That Bad on their Instagram, ICBTV, and give us the lowdown on what the legalese would be on each and every individual's
you know,
sentencing.
if we're gonna be plugging our social media, I don't want it to be used in that way to contact lawyers. Hey, just hypothetically speaking.
We do need a lawyer, though, so I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
for
Just one lawyer. If you see the lawyer already comment
Grab
on
him.
it.
grab any lawyer that you see.
Oh, another case of suspension of disbelief. Dude, there's going to be forensics on that bathroom floor.
Yeah.
So much. And if I've known anything from NCIS, if you jizz, they're going to catch you.
Especially in a dead prostitute's
They
blood.
always swap the dead prostitute for jizz, and then they find you.
But I think the prostitute died before he
No,
ejaculated.
he finished.
Oh, he
He,
did.
Yeah.
he finished inside.
He finished in a dead
Oh,
body.
that's right.
Remember-
Raw
yeah.
dog.
This guy did some necro shit.
Did not
Okay.
like Jeremy Piven in this movie.
Like,
No,
as an
no.
actor at all, or as
Didn't
his
like
character?
this
him. No,
movie.
his character was very as an actor.
Like I
incredible,
said,
but-
I
Yes.
could not remember the name, but I'm like, this name sounds familiar. What do I know him from?
Gentlemen, do we have a best person on set award? Ooh, David's raising his hand, but now pointing at us to defer. Christian, go ahead.
This one's difficult. You go first, dude.
Okay, mine is the dog. No, I'm just kidding. It's Jon Favreau. It's Jon Favreau, dude. Jon Favreau is like playing a very common straight man, and he's not doing anything outlandish. But like we said in the beginning, this movie comes from a very grounded place. It starts off at literal absolute zero,
Yes.
and does not go crazy wacky bananas without Jon Favreau still being the tent pole that's keeping us throughout
Yes.
the whole film.
At the top of my notes here, I wrote very bad things, going to crazy town and at an even pace.
Yes, I think it was well paced.
I agree.
Well paced.
David, do you have the best person?
I want to hear Christian.
Christian, your B-Pos?
So I'm bouncing between Jeremy
Pick one.
Pivens and Christian Slater.
Oh, Christian Slater.
Right,
Christian
that's what
Slater
I'm
gets an
fucking
honorable
saying.
mention from me.
He's really good. Like
I think you should give it to Christian
that
Slater.
one scene where he does go into the bathroom and he's talking to the 4 individuals after they had killed both the prostitute and the security guard. He said he's doing his whole speech of saying, "All right, boys, this is our moment. This is our moment where what's done is done, and we can move forward. This is the real shit." When he was giving that speech to his homies, I was like, "Man, this guy's a fucking good actor."
One
This
thing I
is a
want to say
great
about
scene.
Christian Slater's acting abilities is he has 2 different ways of smoking a cigarette. He has one way where he's just smoking the cigarette normal, and then he has the way that he lights and smokes a cigarette right after he kills somebody.
Yeah.
Like there's a way that there was one point when he gets in the back of the car, he's talking about the wife. He lights a cigarette the same way he lights the cigarette when he does that speech.
Yeah.
It's this crazy like,
All right, boy.
yeah, it's the post-sex cigarette. It's
Yeah.
like
And that's what it is, really.
Yeah, he's gotten to this point of
He gets
excitement
off
that
on it.
really gets him so. And then you have the cigarette, and I don't know if you guys have ever had a cigarette after sex, but it is numb. It just makes your whole fucking body just.
So you think that's exactly what he's feeling?
Yes.
Because this is so.
He's got to relieve that anger because of that anger management. And
And this is the
So
way to do it. He feels
crazy.
the power.
This is the other side of the movie, anger management.
Yeah.
Also starring
Adam
Sandler.
And it comes
Way to
full
bring it
circle.
back.
Adam Sandler's my POS.
Your
No,
B-
I'm kidding.
BPOS.
Person on set.
Best person. Adam Sandler's my person on set. He was there.
The SPOS, he should have been on set.
He's there playing basketball because he has to play
Hey,
basketball.
David, you
every
got a
set.
person on set?
Oh, yeah, I got someone on set.
Yeah, someone's on set.
For me,
Yes.
my heart wants to say Christian Slater, but I'm gonna have to go with Leland Orser.
Nice. Good move.
More.
Ah,
Yeah.
Moore was good.
Moore was really good.
And here's why.
Why?
So this was like one of the first lines said about Moore early on, when Cameron Diaz is talking to Jon Favreau, like when they're doing whatever wedding planning in the first scene.
She's like, he's weird.
Yeah, he's weird. Like, you got to get rid of all your friends or whatever. And it's like, what about Moore? She's like, no. But he doesn't talk a lot. He's quiet.
I was expecting him not to talk throughout the movie after that line.
Well, yeah, he probably has like a paragraph of dialogue in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But it ends. How does it end with Moore? He's in a
Oh,
wheelchair.
yeah. I didn't
mute,
notice that. He was mute. He was unable to speak. And
and he survives. Honestly, like
Hey, man, Fav.
ever since the first time I saw this movie.
What?
the first movie time that I've seen this
We'll give
movie.
you a second chance. Go ahead and try that again.
Ever since the first time I saw this movie,
Yes.
back on Comedy Central when it was highly edited and there were no tits,
Boo.
Boo.
I prayed to God that Moore was gonna survive, and he kind of did.
But is that survive?
This
As-
movie, yeah, that is literally the basis of survival.
As did Trooper, the three-legged dog.
This movie had like 134 fucks in it.
I believe it, dude.
Yeah.
I
Did that break
completely
Pulp
believe
Fiction
it.
in the day?
No.
No, it did not.
No, but it broke Wolf of Wall Street. No, I'm just kidding. It definitely
No,
did.
Wolf of Wall Street is
It broke
up there.
Secret of Nim.
No, End of Watch.
Oh, did they say fuck a lot in End of Watch?
No, yeah, they have like in the 600 ranking.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
And that another
say a lot.
interesting connection to Fear and Loathing. I
Jeremy's
have.
like, he can't believe it.
Gotta see that.
Fuck.
Another interesting
Mom.
fact related to Fear and Loathing. So as they're driving back from the desert the first time, they pass by a sign, and the first stop on the sign that like they stay on the sign. It says Barstow because Barstow's in Nevada, obviously. But the opening line of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is
It's 5 miles out of Barstow.
"We're somewhere around Barstow on the edge
Yeah.
of the desert when the drugs begin to take hold."
Oh, man.
Fear and Loathing
That's
is a
just
great
my
movie.
own like weird like connection of the universe sort of a thing.
No, I think you're really...
And Cameron Diaz is in that, and I just love Fear and Loathing.
Well, we think
in
everything's
general.
a connected universe, so let's just say that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Very Bad Things are in the same universe.
And
Yeah,
anger management.
And
cinema
anger management.
Because the anger
And
management...
Entourage.
And Entourage.
Oh, no way, because J. Piv is dead at the end of this one.
that's the end of Entourage.
That's
What?
the
That's
very-
not
They were writing backwards.
Yeah,
It's a prequel.
Might I say,
may.
David, you you are really good at this. You really do bring something to the table other than 3 notebooks.
You're supposed to wait until
Something beyond
off
that.
mic to do this.
What to shake his hand and say, "Hey, you were a great guest."
Yeah.
I know because he is.
No, you did really. I really enjoyed having
You
you
are a
as
movie
guest.
enthusiast, and you like to dive deep,
Yeah.
into these movies, and not only into the movie itself, but make very deep connections with other films.
Yeah.
That you would never tie the two together, right?
Right.
And so I'm very appreciative of that. I'm very appreciative of your fun facts because usually the term fun facts is just thrown around willy-nilly and they're just straight up facts. But I do think that your facts are fun to the very core. As opposed to Alejandro, whenever he drops facts, it kind of just makes me lift my eyebrow and be like, well, I'm slightly offended, but also informed.
You want to know another interesting fact that is not related to the movie at all?
What?
So, I know how you have this thing with me and Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
You guys did a movie review on Coneheads a while back.
Yes, we did.
He has a song named Coneheads.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if it was featured in Coneheads at all, or if you could recall if
There's no song
I have no clue.
because Coneheads the movie came out
after the song.
after the song, but it also came out the year that Frank Zappa passed away, but before he passed away. So I thought that was another weird universal connection thing that happened too.
It's like how Ray Charles died right before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Super coincidental. Wow.
Or the guy who wrote Rent, he died the day that it
And
opened.
Frank Zappa loved Coneheads, so I'm like,
The movie?
the show, the Saturday Night
the
Live
sketch.
sketch.
The sketch, yeah.
Jeremy had a hand up. Do you want to shout it into one of these mics?
Yeah,
Here, share the mic with me.
I had a number of facts that you guys wanted to check up on.
Oh, he was keeping track of it.
Just to clarify, Marilyn Manson in an interview in 2019, because this has been many other interviews have tried to ask him, and he just told him to fuck off, called him a cunt.
Wow.
But in this one, he says, what people fail to understand is that the strange character I play on stage is exactly that, a character.
Sure.
In real life, I'm just a regular guy. Not the kind of depraved weirdo who would permanently alter his own body to suck his own dick.
Nice.
All I did was go in for a routine procedure to have all my ribs removed so that my upper body would be permanently squashed down like an accordion, thereby minimizing the distance I'd need to travel to get my mouth around someone else's cock. Ribs serve no useful anatomical purpose, so I figured if my body didn't need them, I might as well get rid of them and have my torso be a shapeless sack of drifting organs that allows me to be more malleable during fellatio. The notion that I'd get my ribs removed to suck my own dick is utterly
Jesus Christ.
batshit. Like, come on. How gullible do you gotta be to believe such a ridiculous rumor? If I want to get my dick sucked, I have an iguana for that.
What is he saying?
I don't need to do it on my own. You'd have to be seriously disturbed freak to suck your own pod or pud. Also,
That was wild.
Jewish stereotypes. About driving. The only thing I could find was there's a stereotype that Jewish parents have a drive for their children to succeed.
Oh my gosh.
And that's like the nicest stereotype.
Yeah, it's
like,
really good.
you know that thing about Jews?
Can I
They
say-
want their kids to succeed.
Yeah.
Could I say something about Shia LaBeouf real fast?
What? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Shia LaBeouf is also a character created by Shia LaBeouf.
What?
What?
Like,
Is this from Honey Boy?
look it up. That's all I'm gonna say. Google Shia LaBeouf character. I'm pulling a what's his face.
UFC 10 was Thursday, July 11th, 1996.
Beautiful.
96.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Buddy Holly died February 3rd, 1959. And
I like these underoos.
those underoos are actually not underoos.
Are you talking about
Cameron
Cameron Diaz's
boy-
underoos?
boy bust.
She actually sported boys Spider-Man briefs
Oh,
Let me see his butt.
boys
made
briefs.
by
No,
Fruit
it's
of
the
the Loom.
front. It's the front.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
got,
it's the
you got
front?
Spider-Man
Briefs.
swinging on the
Let me see
crotch.
this front.
Boys briefs. Nice.
But
Slinging
do you
his
see
web.
the hips in those briefs, dude? You tell me you ain't never had a girlfriend that wore your boxers and you were like, that's hot.
No, I always say, get out of my clothes. You have your own for that.
Also, I saw Cameron Diaz in my best friend's wedding before I knew she was Cameron Diaz.
Really?
Yeah.
What year did that come out?
She looks like a frog.
I want to say 96.
No, we don't need to fact check that one, Jeremy. We're at the end.
We're good.
Follow us on Instagram at ICBTB Podcast. You can follow Christian at Christian Has Asthma.
You can follow Alejandro at call_me_Jesus.
And you can follow David at
DC Raccoon. That's raccoon with one C. I have like 17
That's
posts.
who it is.
Yeah, you can accept that follow request now. DC Raccoon. That's RACOON. Instagram.
Anything the listeners should be looking out for?
Yeah, you want to plug
for
anything?
you? Yeah.
You doing anything? Anything coming up?
I'm gonna be performing in SF Sketchfest with Dragon Viper Cobra on July. No, January 17th, sometime around 11 p.m.
That's a
at
Friday,
Piano
y'all.
Fight. It's a Friday night. Does it cost anything? I feel like it should $18 to get in.
Don't say that.
We'll cut that part out. But just come see us, guys.
Come see us. We're funny. I'm probably gonna do some stuff with these jokers that I'm talking to right now in the room.
Could do it.
That's us. Yeah.
I ain't got nothing. I got nothing going on in my life. I'm a sad sack of
I'm
shit.
working on an epic novel that will be done in 2030.
That's how novels work. And then the next one comes out in 2 years, and everyone's like, "Why is it not as good?"
Yeah.
I'm talking about you.
Tune in
George
next
R. R.
decade,
Martin.
guys. All right. Well, baddies, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to rate and
Bye.
review. Bye.
Bye.
Have a very bad things day.